Part of the reason why I wanted to do this is because they all believe that black women don't know how to work together. Like usually if you hear that a bunch of black women are doing something, most black women don't want to do it because I ain't messing with her. Oh no, she know too much. Oh no, I don't like her. Oh, her man always around. Oh, her kids is crazy. Like, that's our reality as black women in the United States. We don't believe in each other. We say we do, but then we talk about each other behind each other's backs. We say we support, but we don't support. People want to know, oh, Mary, why are you going after Mary? Why ain't nobody asking Mary why she went after me? I was a Mary J. Blige fan, just like all of you. I was in a lot of the studios where a lot of her records were written and recorded. Shoot, some of Mary's stuff I heard before she did. Me and Mary J. Blige have the same producer that we work with, Chucky Thompson. Well, she don't work with Chucky no more because I guess Puff told her that she couldn't. You know, Chucky Thompson gave her the best music she ever had and she stopped using him. Even though it's his work that made her famous. See, don't nobody ask those questions. Don't nobody ask why Easy Mo B didn't do more tracks for Mary. Because Puff was in control. P. Diddy, Honeycomb, was in control. Mary J. Blige has turned her back on almost everybody that's ever cared about her, ever loved her. Her and her sister, Latanya, Latoya, whatever the fucking bitch name. They're awful people. Y'all just don't know it. Because, see, you believe what their publicist tells you. Why are y'all mad at me? Because you'd rather believe their lies than believe the actual truth. She's a whole gay woman. She been gay ever since her and KC ended it. And everybody knows it. So why is she still in the closet? LGBT, why is she still in the closet? In this day and age, if you are living on the down low, you just want to be a liar. That's why I came out. I didn't have to come out. And truth is, anybody who really knows me or really paid attention to me should have known I was a bisexual woman. If you didn't know, it's because you didn't want to know. So I came out. I actually had to call a few of my out and proud friends and apologize to them for not owning who I was even with them. See, I had an image to uphold. What image? This is my image. This is me. I'm a person just like y'all. I am real just like y'all. Matter of fact, I'm probably realer than most. Sweeter than most. But how would you know? I guess people don't watch all of the interview when they watch interviews. Yeah, Diddy is a shepherd for the devil. I'm sorry, I was talking to YouTube. I got everybody told me he was a shepherd for the devil. And I seen it for myself. Y'all want to know how divisive Sean Combs, Honeycombs is? Go talk to Father MC. And ask him how he feels about the love of his life being stomped to death. And all Puff wanted to do was keep it quiet so nobody knew that he was responsible because he didn't have the appropriate motherfucking goddamn permits to do half of the shows he was doing at Howard. Just to get by. Just to get by. And he got by. He got all the way to the top. He got by everybody. And what most people don't know is he used Mary J. Blige to compromise a lot of people. Y'all seen all the documentaries? Oh, Mary went out and Mary got all of the rappers who were taken advantage of. All of the rappers who got very unfair contracts. She sent them to him. She's no different than a procure for a pedophile. If you'll go out and get a bunch of talented artists and know that you're bringing them to a situation that is not going to be advantageous for them, not only are you a betrayer of art, but you're a betrayer of humanity. But then again, she'd do anything just to get by. Mary J. Blige don't write them songs. Somebody else is getting that check. Mary J. Blige don't produce no records. Somebody else is getting that check. That means Mary only got a few ways to make money. We know she ain't no real singer. So she needs the production to support her, to make her look good. So all she is a celebrity. That's all she is. She's not talented, genuinely. She has some kind of, she has a thing. You know what I mean? Like there's that real thing when she's actually being real. Like I'm not gonna lie, I wish she was still getting high. Because she was honest when she was high. But the second she started trying to convince everybody how happy she was, then she went off into that farce marriage with Ken Do. I'm not going to talk about Ken Do. There's enough people to talk about Ken Do. But I'm going to tell you something. That nigga can do. He can do some things. Because he's managing to get $30,000 a month out of this old bitch. And don't nobody even know why. Even Wendy Williams didn't understand it. When she was like, how did this man cheat? And how did it? Because that man didn't cheat. He didn't cheat. He was sleeping with his wife's girlfriend, yo. And I know exactly what that's like because I did that in my first marriage too. I had a girlfriend that I had to share with my ex-husband. And you do it so they won't run and tell everybody that you're gay. So now, because you won't tell the truth, you're being held hostage by a lie for someone that you know does not have your best interest at heart. And what happens after that? You become bitter. And Mary took it out on every female artist that was better than her. Now, yeah, did I kill Unplugged? Of course I killed Unplugged. That's what I do. I kill shows. That's why no one ever wanted to open up for me. Ask India Irie what it was like when I opened up for her, for Coca-Cola all of those years ago. The room cleared out. Ain't nobody even stay to see India. And it wasn't that India wasn't talent. I'm the fucking show, yo. Don't nobody want to go on after me, and I don't blame them. Because I give everything. I don't give a little bit. I don't give some. I don't make it pretty. I give y'all everything. It hasn't changed in 30 years. So clearly this is who I am. I'm a person that gives everything. That's why people call me. And when they were running around, Mary J. Blige calling Jay Boberg, talking about don't promote that bitch's album. If I find out y'all promote that bitch's album, I'm quitting. Her and Hank Shockley. And guess what? They didn't promote my album. And I still sold records. No, I haven't had a bunch of solo albums out. But I have been on a major release album every year for the past 20 years. Check my catalog. Maybe I should have kept some of them songs to sing for myself, Jill. Maybe I should have kept some of them songs to sing for myself, Mary. I've been ghostwriting for years. Niggas been jacking me all day long. I got jacked at Keith Sweat's studio when I was 15 years old in Atlanta. I ain't gonna tell you how many of my records I heard on the radio, and I ain't gonna tell you who sung them. But see, niggas owes me favors, so that works out for me. People want to know why I don't pay for studio time, because I give away more songs than I record. Why do you give away more songs than you record, Jag? Because now they owe me a favor. And now if I have a late night session, out of nowhere, I ain't got to book no studio time. All I got to do is call the engineer. Want to know why? Because he done made money off of me. That's what I do. I make people money. And then in turn, people do me favors. See, this is how this game works. When Mary J. Blige and KC were together, it was a disaster. And I'm not saying nothing bad about KC. Everybody knows he was whooping her ass. They would get high on crack. They would drink all day and all night. They would fuck. They would fight. And then they would go into the studio and make fire-ass records. Like Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston. Like a lot of couples in the industry. They get high together. They get drunk together. They fight together. And then they go and they create some awesome music. I don't know, maybe Casey punched in her head too many times. Or maybe she just got gang raped too many times while she was drunk and high and didn't know what the fuck was happening to her. I don't know what's wrong with Mary J. Blige. What I do know is that she is a victim, but she became a victimizer. There was no need for her to hate on me. There was no need for her to hate on Faith. There was no need for her to hate on a lot of the female artists that she hate on, except for Beyonce. And I'm assuming because somebody was paying her to pump Beyonce up so Beyonce could blow up. Because the truth is, that first Beyonce solo record was a mess. It was. That Jam on Your Horn shit from the Austin Powers movie, that shit was a mess. It was whack as fuck. Too many horns. It wasn't properly arranged. She was yelling and screaming, trying to sound like Tina Turner, but sounding like a frustrated man with a high-pitched voice. It was a mess, and y'all know it. That's why they brought Rich Harrison in to do Crazy Right Now. And then that's when Jay-Z entered in. And ever since she's been with Jay-Z, she's been doing great. Sean Carter is amazing at knowing how to put talent together. When he put Kanye and Beyonce together, it was the smartest thing that ever happened for her career. And in my opinion, Kanye is the best producer she ever had. Nobody knows her voice like Kanye knows her voice. Why they're still not making music together, I don't know. I can't speak on that. What I can speak on is that the Migos will never be able to provide the same quality or level of production as Kanye. You know, Scott Storch got her through the door on that first album. And my boy, EST, Robert Waller, they wrote them records. He wrote the shit out of Baby Boy. He wrote the shit out of Baby Boy. And Me, Myself, and I. You know, and as it evolved and it went away from the Missy Elliott sound and the Scott Storch sound, it went to Kanye. And Kanye did a fabulous job. Let's just keep it a beam. Love on Top. When she did the Frankie Beverly and Maze remake that I recorded before she recorded, but hers came out before mine. I mean, it's cool. But the truth is, that record would have been hot for real if Kanye produced it. Nobody knows her voice like Kanye, period. You know, and Mary J. Blige has been a cheerleader for Beyonce her whole career. But she hates every other chick in the game. Because somebody paid her to. Mary J. Blige should hate Beyonce more than anyone. More than anyone. Because Beyonce is everything that Mary J. Blige will never be. So why she always sucking on Beyonce titty, but she treat every other female like shit? Because somebody is paying her to. Because that bitch gotta work. She is a monkey on a stage, and then they crank it up, and the organ grinder get to going, and Mary get to going. She got to. Fuck else she gonna do? Go back to Yonkers Projects? What else is she capable of doing? What else is she qualified to do? She didn't get a GED till she was 36 years old. They had her out there making all that money all them years and didn't even bother to make sure she was educated. They did the same shit to Fantasia. What problem do I have with Mary J. Blige? She's a betrayer of women. She's on the down low. She's petty as fuck. And Puff is still running her. And if Puff gave a fuck about her, he would have just cut Kendu Isaac a check. If he had cut Kendu a check for $15 million, you don't think Kendu would have took that? He said, look, Mary, don't worry about it. Pay me back when you get some time. But you know what? This has been rough for you. Take a year off. Take 2 years off. Spend some time with your family. If you're still involved with your stepchildren, take some time with them. This divorce was hard on you. Look, I'm going to take care of Kendu. And you just be a woman for a while. Just live for a while. But that's not what they did. Kendu got that $30,000 a month. And they said, come on, Mary, we got an award show for you, and we got a TV show for you, and you're going to be a star on Netflix. And guess what? She ain't even collecting all that bread. I'm curious to know what she's getting paid to be on Power. And how much of it she actually gets to keep. Mary J. Blige is bought and paid for. Y'all don't know who she is. She's one of the most pathetic. She's more pathetic than Moni Love. And Moni Love is pathetic. And Mary and her sister are more pathetic than that. Y'all been in the business 30 years and you're still on a leash. You're on leashes. You're dogs. That's why I call all of y'all bitches. Because you're dogs. You on leashes. With a platinum collar with diamond studs. Yet, the shit is around your fucking neck, yo. If you had any real fucking chutzpah, Mary J. Blige, you just become a porn star. Look at what it did for Mimi Faust. At least you would have been able to keep all the money, all that fucking you done, and you really want to be with women instead. Why don't you make your pussy work for you? Why you still on a leash, Mary? Why Puff letting you crank that organ grinder and then dance to the beat? Somebody asked me why I want to tear down black women. Well, why would I want to let a bitch who does nothing but tear black women down stand? Mary J. Blige, stop lying. Stop lying to the world, but more importantly, stop lying to yourself. Now, you were given a platform that you have allowed men to run because you're too lazy to do the work yourself. Yonkers PJs, just a little too lazy to do it yourself. So you let them do it for you. And they make all kinds of choices for your career. Much as I love Richard Nichols and as brilliant a manager and mentor as he was, he and I did not have the same beliefs. We did not have the same faith. And I knew that one day he was going to ask me to do something and I just couldn't do. So I left. While there was love, while there was respect. Mary J. Blige, if you want to sit there and prove to the world that you're half worth a damn, then stand up for yourself for once. Stop letting these niggas run you. Stop being the monkey with the organ grinder doing the dance. I'm fine. I hope you are fine with all that bullshit you've been eating for all these years. Because I'm going to tell you what I know about shit. You can pour syrup on it all day long. It won't make it pancakes, boo. It's still just going to be shit covered in syrup. And that's your life, Mary J. Blige. That's your whole life. Shit covered in syrup. Aunt Jemima, no less. Aunt Jemima with the maid do-rag on. They've been pouring that shit all over you. All over you. And you ain't never been no pancake. Shit, bitch, you ain't even a flapjack. You're a no-talent hack that allowed yourself to be played like a fool by a bunch of niggas that clearly don't give a fuck about you because you paying can do. Why you always getting played by niggas, Mary? Maybe you should have just came out the closet and been with that woman. And then maybe you and her could have been on some Tessa Thompson, Janelle Monáe. They getting it, yo. Janelle Monáe and Tessa Thompson is getting it, yo. And they're happy. Picture that. Oh yeah, they're not lying about their lives. I was in love with a woman. I lost her to AIDS. She was screwing the wrong photographer. Trying to make it onto that runway. That was it for me. There's no way I would be able to ever feel about another woman the way I felt about her. Because she loved me, see. You should try love, Mary. Try love. If there's a woman that loves you, love her back. Y'all can even get married now. But if you on the down low, it's because you like to be a liar. That's it. But see, it's easy to lie about your relationships when you've been lying about everything else. They want to talk about verses and catalog. What about all my unreleased catalog? Hundreds and hundreds of records that I've been waiting for the right moment to give to y'all. Because I can write my own songs. I can produce my own songs. I can sit down with a competent mix engineer and walk all the way through a mix. I can do those things, Mary. Can you? What can you do, Mary? Other than play dress up and eat snatch in dark places hoping nobody finds out you're gay. And if I'm lying, sue me, Mary. And if you got the heart, let's do the verses. Or if you want to apologize to me for the way you tried to destroy my career at its very beginning, you can do that too. Fuck you and fuck Hank Shockley and fuck your sister, bitch. And it'll be fuck you until you apologize to me. Because you're mad that I had talent and you didn't. Oh well. Be mad at God. He gave me what I got and he gave you what you got. Be mad at God. I don't know how that'll work for you. Because God puts everything on us for reasons, you see. Oh, we're talking about Mary J. Blige. Yes, Mary J. Blige. That's what I'm talking about. She like to talk about me behind my back. Bitch, I'm going to talk about you to your face. How about that? If I'm lying about anything I said about you, you closeted freak, sue me. I mean, isn't that your girlfriend that can do it? And they living off of your money? How don't that piss you off, bitch? How didn't that damn Lifetime Achievement Award piss your ass off? Because the reason why you was doing that show is so that you could get that money up to pay Kendu. And they talk about how mean you are on Power and what a great acting job you doing. You ain't acting, bitch. You being yourself. Jill was acting. You just being yourself. You an ignorant, disloyal, ungrateful bitch. And I'm going to call you a bitch until you start acting like a woman. Because that fancy dog collar that Puff got around your neck and has had around your neck for the past 30 years, it should have been done got tight. It don't feel like a noose, Mary. It don't feel like a noose. Being yanked around by a bunch of niggas all the time. But you want to pop fly with bitches. See, that's the other issue that I got in the industry. It's not just the dudes. It's the women, yo. It's the women. You let these niggas gas you up into talking shit about each other and hating each other and going against each other because you looking for favor in a man rather than looking to God. Puff Daddy ain't God, yo. None of these niggas is.